Welcome back to my final morning report chart proposal on Wednesday, the 16th of December, with me, Rich Pro Market Analyst at Handtech Markets. Now, this gold chart, I think is going to have a lot of volatility again. I mean, to be honest, that is going to be the case across financial markets, but gold does tend to be very volatile on the big US data and releases, and there's nothing bigger than this Fed meeting announcement that we're going to get tonight. So I think you're going to get a huge amount of volatility on gold. Moving into it, obviously we've got this slide over the past sort of week and a half where lower highs and lower lows are moving. You've got the momentum indicators negative, rallies being sold into. The latest move is about $5 up on the day. Chances are, again, that's going to get sold into as the day sort of moves on. You've got this sort of overhead barrier that comes in around that sort of reaction high from yesterday, sort of 1068 area, which was old support within the barrier, within the trend channel. But you've already seen momentum indicators unwind on the hourly chart, and the hourly RSI sort of back to a level at which sort of the selling pressure starts to resume again, as are the MACD lines, stochastics as well, beginning to sort of top out slightly. So I wouldn't be surprised if you started to see a drift back towards 1060 again at some stage today. A lot of dollar data actually dollar related data today from the US: building permits, housing starts, industrial production. So lots going on in front of the Fed, but still, I think obviously this big Fed meeting is the main focus. Now, what's it going to do to this chart? Well, if the Fed goes hawkish and the dollar does strengthen significantly, then I think you're probably going to see a reaction to the downside, and 1045.85 is obviously that big support that comes in to the downside. On the upside, if you see a big, well, I say big, if you see a dovish tilt from the Fed and the dollar starts to weaken, then you could see a test of the upper side of this trend channel test done, which is 1077 at the moment, sort of area. 1079.60 is the initial resistance, but obviously the main resistance comes in at 1088.70, but that comes in this big band between 1077 and 1098, and I still think that's a big overhead supply. I'd be surprised if you see too much movement into that before the selling pressure comes back in again. But as I said, you do have a lot of volatility generally on gold around the big US economic announcements, so the volatility is likely to be fairly high actually through the not only the rates decision at 7 o'clock, but also the press conference and the announcement of the dot plots as well. So lots of volatility tonight is the expectation. So I wish you good luck in your trading on gold today and throughout the Fed meeting, and I will speak to you again tomorrow morning.